People have been fascinated by Orwell's 1984 since pretty much its publication. It's something that feels relevant to many of us today. It's important, I think, to read books of this nature that challenge your thoughts, challenge your ideals, and make you consider what the world could be if things went horribly, horribly wrong, usually under the guise of good intentions. So that is the theme of this book list, books like 1984. If you have a book that you think should be added to this list, by all means, add it in the comments below. This is a continuing book list that is available on my website. So these are just the books that I've thought of to include. You are welcome to give me a suggestion and I will add it to the list. Without further ado, let's dive in. One of my personal favorite books in this category is Fahrenheit 451 by one of my favorite authors, Ray Bradbury. Ray Bradbury wrote a book about a society in which reading of books and the exploration of different thought was absolutely forbidden, and books were burned instead of read. And while censorship is definitely the theme of this book, it speaks volumes about a larger problem, and I think it's a great book, definitely very sci-fi-esque and a very unique writing style. So keep that in mind. Some people love Bradbury's style, some people don't. I love it, but you might not be one of those people. If that's not for you, then let's move on to the next on this list, which is Huxley's Brave New World. This is one of what I would consider the big four in this particular subgenre. It's set in a technologically advanced future where people are socially strange to our modern day standards. Pills are encouraged, people are genetically bred, and it's frightening because of how similar some of these concepts are to our modern world. If you want to have a well-rounded view of this subgenre, then this should absolutely be on your list of books to read. The fourth in that series of the big four, which I've done them all in order, 1984, Fahrenheit, Brave New World, and this one, which is Animal Farm, which is actually a satire of the Russian Revolution, again, by George Orwell. This is a book that is referenced so much in popular culture that many people don't even really realize what they're referencing or what it means. But essentially, it is a satire. It's set through farm animals, literally. It's told through farm animals, their stories, when the farmer doesn't take care of them anymore. And so there's an uprising or a revolt, if you will, and the pigs say that all animals are created equal, which does not last very long at all. It's kind of funny and tragic and unfortunately very real. So definitely one to read if you want to be well versed in this kind of area of storytelling and exploration into books that what really all the books on this list do is talk about the loss of freedom, often through government, through social change, and the effects that can have on you as a person, as an individual within a society. Next up is The Giver by Lois Lowry. This is a children's young adult book, but I think one that is underestimated as a book that is truly fantastic, talking about these same types of situations. The Giver is about a boy who lives in a society where everything seems really wonderful and perfect. It's kind of like a utopia. And he is given a job, as everyone is. He's selected for a job to be like a memory keeper, kind of. And once he gets this role, he realizes the holes in this black and white world he's living in and has to make some choices. It's a fantastic book and one I think gets forgotten about, but it's fantastic. I don't think it matters that it's for children. I think it's great for adults too, so don't let that put you off. Next up is a book by Rand called Anthem. That was sort of the predecessor to more well-known books like Atlas Shrugged and The Fountainhead. So basically, most books by Rand are going to satisfy this itch for you, but Anthem is just one that I put on this list specifically. Next up is the classic Lord of the Flies, which I think is a really interesting example of how society can be formed when everything goes wrong. And it's, as you should know, I guess, I shouldn't say should. As most people already know, it is a book about a group of boys who have to form their own society on an isolated island when their plane crashes. And there's the group of boys who kind of become in charge, and there's Piggy, who is not in charge at all. And it's really dark and sinister, and I think truly a fantastic classic that if you haven't read or you didn't read it in school, probably be a really good one for you. Next is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, or Blade Runner by Philip K. Dick. And this is a book about robots basically, and them being so perfect, so well done that humans fear them, so they are basically banned, and those that remain live in hiding. It's a really interesting story about the place of humans and an interesting dialogue about government and their role in cognizance, really. That's it for books about 1984. I hope you don't mind that Beau's little ears were at the end here. Thanks for watching. Again, if you think there's a book that should be added to this list, definitely drop it below. If you like this video, give it a quick thumbs up before you go. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead, press that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.